Hey, it's Ryan, and I'm coming at you with some tips and tricks for magicians. Today, a bit of a half baked idea. And a lot of magicians have crazy ideas for magic tables, weird things that fold or collapse, or somehow we tend to gimmick up our tables for no particular good reason. And today is the day that I had an idea for a table. Now, I don't have a workshop. I'm not a builder in that sense, so I'm not going to go out to the workshop and grab some plywood to figure this out. My plywood these days is paper. I like to create all my ideas on paper and see just how they function. So today is my paper scale model, and this is the scale. That's the magician. That is a 6 foot tall magician in my case, and modeled on me. I don't know if you can tell. Looks kind of similar. That is a 6 foot tall magician. This then is the table. Aha! That's it. Now it's actually a prop case, so it's a box with all your props that would go inside. And I am kind of coming around to the idea that whatever prop case you use, if it's one that comes on stage with you, I saved my own life just then. If it's a prop case that comes on stage with you, then it should be a case that remains upright at all times. You used to use a lot of briefcases or suitcases. You pack your magic in, and you go to the show, you grab it by the handle, and clunk, 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 clunk. All your props that you've set have now fallen into the bottom of the case. And then you place it on your table for the show, pop it open, and it's just a big mess. And I'm learning. I shouldn't say I have learned. I am in the process of learning about the importance of everything having a specific place. Because I remember watching Ken Scott do his family show one year at a convention, and I was just amazed that every time he reached for a prop, he didn't even have to look. He stayed connected with the audience, reached into his case, knew exactly what and where he was going, and he was able to come up with the prop. So you need a table or a case that isn't going to shift your stuff around. So upright box with everything inside. Now this is a 12-inch box in my scale model. That is a 12-inch box. So if you have 10 or 12-inch linking rings, that would fit right across the front of the box. Now this 12-inch box becomes a 3-foot table because my model is sticking a little bit. There we go. You would take box number 1 and box number 2 and box number 3, and there is your table. It would stack up. Everything stayed upright, and it's now at basically waist height for this particular scale. 12-inch box turns into a 3-foot table. 6-foot magician, 3-foot waist, more or less works out. You might want to test. I gotta build out a cardboard and try a scale model to see what your comfort level is for your tabletop, how far you want to reach into the table, and then all your props would of course be in there, etc., etc. A couple options on this. One, you could have an extra flap on here that would become a solid tabletop, so you could open up your box instead of it just being an open top. You could have a lid that flips, or some magic tables have used a half lid where there's a table surface but you're also able to go into the box. Options. Another thing, if I flip this around, you'll see a couple ideas I was playing with, is being able to access inside the lower boxes. So this second level box might be a shelf for some larger props or things that you just need to grab once and they could stay in there. The lower shelf is too low. You don't want to be crouching during a show. Doesn't look very good. But potentially it could be essentially your garbage box. Every trick I do, torn short newspaper or whatever, you end up with garbage at the end of the trick. You need to just throw it away. And so if this could be your garbage bin, you might even have a little flap that would just like open up to create this garbage chute. Right? You throw it, bang, bang, into the bin, potentially. You might want to, one thing about the design I was playing with, you can see on the top of that box there's a little notch, and there's a notch on every side of the top, same as this level. And what that does, when you twist the box, it settles into that notch and it kind of locks it in place. So it's not going to be, if it bumps, it's not going to be able to bump in any direction. So it kind of maintains a nice solid tower for your table. You might want to play with putting wheels on the bottom box, and that wouldn't impact the ability for the boxes to nest. Either wheels on the box or like a moving dolly, like a separate layer with wheels. So you could set the box on there when you want it, have wheels, and you could take it off if you don't. That would work pretty good. And then you could, collapse your table, and it would be on your dolly, and then you have potentially a solid top. You could stack up a couple things on your dolly and you're ready to move your show. Or you have two of these boxes, one on each side of the stage. One other idea I had, because I was playing with this design of having the cutout grids, just for a design element, I think it might look better than having these solid boxes on stage, which might look suspicious. So I like kind of the openness of this. One idea I had was using some LED lighting. So imagine you had a strip of LED lighting up this solid corner shining into the box, and now your table, the bottom and the second layer, would have this nice soft glow, which I think would look kind of neat on stage. Other option that made me think, once I put the slats in, I also thought, hey, wait a minute, I've created half of a circle square production box. So potentially there might be a way, if you want to play with this idea, to have your circle square built into this section, so you could show this top box empty, place it on here, and be able to reach into the hidden load chamber in the layer underneath. Another half-baked idea for you. I think that's everything I have to say about this table. What do you think? Okay. So yeah, I would pack up, have a nice box, a nice table box, and I think it looks interesting on stage. I'm not a big fan of the tables that look like cases. I just feel like if you're doing a show, you should have your stuff that looks like it should be on stage, like it's designed to be on stage, not designed to be in the warehouse. It's my personal opinion. But this, I think, kind of little bit of both worlds. You have a case that's functional, but also turns into something that looks interesting on stage. That is my, I don't know, milk crate table. It's kind of basically that. It's stacked up boxes. And you are welcome to play with this idea. I'm not a builder. I'm great at coming up with ideas, and I have more ideas that I know what to do with. So if you know what to do with this, you're welcome to try it out. I mean, not like to sell or anything, but if you want to make one for your own use, you're welcome to play with my idea with my compliments. So that is my half-baked idea for the day. This has been a tip for magicians. no tricks. For this one. Oh, well, there was a trick. The squared circle production. Okay, this has been Tips and Tricks for Magicians. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time when I get another random idea, which will probably be soon.